The Tamil Nadu State Assembly today renewed its demand to the Indian central government to regain administrative control over the Kachativu Island and surrounding areas, which was ceded to Sri Lanka about 4 decades ago. According to Indian media reports, the Assembly unanimously passed a special resolution urging the centre to take over control of Kachativu. This is the second resolution on the issue adopted by the House since 2011. Moving the resolution, Chief Minister Jayalalitha Jayaram said that in the last 2 months, 7 instances of Tamil Nadu fishermen being attacked were reported and 30 of them are languishing in prisons in Sri Lanka at present. Chief Minister Jayalalitha further added, quote, "In this situation, my government has no other option but to seek the control of Kachativu Island to protect Tamil fishermen," unquote.
Today is World Press Freedom Day. The theme of this year's World Press Freedom Day is Safe to Speak, ensuring the safety of journalists and media workers.
In 1993, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution declaring the 3rd of May as World Press Freedom Day, considering increasing threats faced by journalists across the globe. While it is estimated that about 600 journalists were killed in the past decade alone, the UN observes that the majority of these killings have occurred in environments where there has been no conflict. UNESCO also presents the Guillermo Cano Prize to journalists every year to celebrate their dedication towards ensuring the freedom of the press. Veteran Sri Lankan journalist Lasantha Wickramatunge, who was assassinated in January 2009, was awarded the Guillermo Cano Prize posthumously. Today marks the 20th World Press Freedom Day. Speaking on the eve of World Press Freedom Day, the Secretary General of the United Nations praised the members of the media, but warned that much needed to be done to ensure their safety.
In addition to those who paid the ultimate price, hundreds of journalists have been detained. Many languish for years in brutal conditions as a result of sham trials or trumped-up charges. I condemn all such attacks and repression. I am especially concerned that so many of the perpetrators escape any form of punishment. The right to freedom of expression and to receive and impart information and ideas is enshrined in Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The violence we condemn today highlights the relevance of the United Nations Plan of Action on the safety of journalists and the issue of impunity. There is more than we can do, including greater protection through the rule of law. I urge all involved to do their utmost to translate the words of the plan into actions on the ground that will create a safer environment for the press.
And it's time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.
The people of Pitapolagama, which comes under the purview of the Suran Tota Divisional Secretariat in Badulla, are facing a severe drinking water crisis. News First provincial correspondent Atula Jayalal filed this report on the numerous hardships these villagers have to undergo to fulfill a basic need.
Amagaswatta in Pitapolagama is a remote area that is home to nearly 100 families. These families obtain water for their daily needs from a stream in the area. The villagers have to travel a long distance to collect water flowing through the bark of a kittul tree that forms a makeshift conduit. We have to walk half a mile to collect water. According to area residents, when this stream dries out during a drought, they are forced to walk to the Koholawala Kandura area to collect water, which is located 2 kilometers away. After a request was made by the locals to the Water Supply and Drainage Board, a sum of 265,000 rupees was spent to lay pipes to supply water from the water tank in the Alugolla area. The locals, however, charged that the Public Engineer's Office of the Uva Provincial Council had instructed the National Water Supply and Drainage Board to suspend the water supply to the area, citing that approval was not obtained to lay pipes. We had to lay the pipe. They have filed petitions saying that we damaged the roads. They're asking for 200 or 300,000 as compensation. When news first made inquiries from UK Weerakkodi, the Badulla Divisional Manager of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, he said that the water supply was temporarily suspended to the area based on the request made by the Public Engineer's Office of the Uva Provincial Council. We contacted the Public Engineer of the Uva Provincial Council, CM Amarasekara, regarding the matter. He said that until compensation is paid for illegally digging a drain on one side of the road, the water supply will remain suspended. The locals from Pitapologama, who face numerous hardships, only ask for the cooperation of authorities to fulfill their basic needs.
In business news tonight, the special commodity levy on imported potatoes has been increased with effect from today. Thereby, the special commodity levy on a kilogram of imported potatoes will increase by 10 rupees. The special commodity levy on a kilogram of imported potatoes will increase to 25 rupees from the previous amount, which stood at 15 rupees. Issuing a communique, the Ministry of Finance and Planning said that this measure was taken to ensure a reasonable price for local potato farmers.
The Department of Meteorology says that thunder showers coupled with strong winds can be expected throughout the night in several parts of the island. Director General of the Department of Meteorology S.H. Karivasam informs the public to take necessary precautions to avoid lightning-related accidents.
The highest rainfall from 8:30 this morning to 2:30 this afternoon was reported from Katunayake, which experienced a rainfall of 216.1 millimeters. The Kurana and Katunayake roads on the Colombo-Negombo main road were inundated.
Intertropical convergence zone is the convergence zone of the wind from the north and south is just over Sri Lanka area, and also there are slight small disturbed conditions are forming just in the vicinity of Sri Lanka at low levels. So because of that, the rainy conditions has enhanced, especially in the western parts. So these small disturbed conditions very near to the western coastal area. So we are having even during the daytime also can be considered that just pre-monsoon conditions. And also with this rainy conditions, we have some sort of the relief of the warmth conditions.
Meanwhile, heavy mist was reported from Nuwara this evening. Nuwara District Secretary DPG Kumarasiri said that motorists should travel cautiously along the Hatton-Nuwara Road and the Gampula-Nuwara Road. He added that as construction work is underway on the Hatton-Nuwara Road, the road may be slippery. Meanwhile, 8 tortoises were discovered in a garden in the Walgama area in Mathura this afternoon following a downpour. The residents say they received rain today after nearly 1.5 months.
You're watching News First. Up next is Action TV.
Action TV revealed on the 23rd of last month that the police had to intervene during the monthly meeting of the Board of Directors of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board held at the Food Promotion Board's head office. This was because employees had informed the police that the Vice Chairman of the board had arrived for the meeting accompanied by an external group. Although the police had taken steps to remove the Vice Chairman and the group accompanying him from the premises, this letter addressed by the chairperson of the board to the Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture on Monday notes that the actions of the Vice Chairman are an attempt to put a stain upon the reputation of the President. In her letter, the chairperson says that the more than 10 people who accompanied the Vice Chairman had claimed to be members of the Presidential Security Division and had levelled death threats at employees of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board. The Vice Chairman had arrived for the meeting of the Board of Directors accompanied by the external group against a backdrop where the chairperson had tabled a paper at the meeting which reiterates that the person holding the position of Vice Chairman is not entitled to wages or allowances as per the act under which the board was established. According to this paper, the Vice Chairman also does not have the opportunity to lay claim to an official vehicle. However, since May 2010, the vice chairman has been using an official vehicle maintained through public funds. According to the chairperson's letter, the vice chairman had also brought the external group which threatened employees at the board in this official vehicle. Shouldn't the Chief Disciplinary Officer and Chief Accounting Officer at the Ministry of Agriculture, under whose purview the Food Promotion Board falls, take the appropriate steps and prove that there is no room for thuggery in the public service? Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture, this one is over to you.
Two people died in a motor accident that took place in the Mahawatha area on the Maharagama Erawalla road.
The Office of the Police Media spokesperson said the accident had occurred 5 minutes past midnight today when a pickup truck had collided with a motorbike. 19-year-old Dhanush Deshapriya, who was the motorbike rider, and 37-year-old Ajit Kumara, who was the pillion rider, died in the accident. The remains of the two individuals, who were residents of Pilliyandala, are lying at the Sri Jayawardenepura hospital. The driver of the pickup truck had left the vehicle and fled the area.
News First U reporter from Gonapala, Anir Pradeep, also reported on the accident.
A pickup truck travelling from Erawalla to Panipitiya this morning collided with a motorbike near the Morakatiya police, killing both individuals travelling on the motorbike. The pickup truck and the motorbike were severely damaged. The pickup truck driver had fled the scene of the accident. The Maharagama police are conducting investigations.
Maharagama police station Pavattai. News First Mama Anil Pradeep, Gonapala.
The final rites for Anthony Chakravarti Vijayanandan, a former director of A.F. Jones, were performed at the Boralla Public Cemetery today. Anthony Chakravarti Vijayanandan, who passed away at a private hospital in Colombo on Wednesday, was 89 years of age at the time of his demise.
Born on the 24th of March 1924 in Colombo, Anthony Chakravarti Vijayanathan was an old boy of St. Joseph's College, Colombo and St. Patrick's College, Jaffna. A management consultant by profession, Anthony Chakravarti Vijayanathan served as a director on the board of A.F. Jones. He was also the founder chairman of Mansell Ceylon Private Limited. Anthony Chakravarti Vijayanathan served as the first Sri Lankan director of the Lions International Board from 1982 to 1984.
On to some sports news now. Trinity College Kandy beat Wesley College Colombo 22 points to 19 in their inter-school Division A rugby encounter at the CRNFC grounds today.
Wesley College Colombo dominated the game in the first half by scoring 19 points, allowing the lads from Kandy only 9 points. However, the Trinitans staged a strong comeback in the second half and scored 13 points, while the lads from Colombo failed to capitalize on their first half points. Thereby, Trinity College won the game 22 points to 19.
Meanwhile, in some cricket news, Bangladesh beat Zimbabwe by 121 runs today in the first ODI of their tour of Zimbabwe. Batting first, the Bangladeshis put on 269 for 8 in their allotted 50 overs and then bowled out the Zimbabweans for 148 runs in under 33 overs. A 6-story inflatable rubber duck floated into Hong Kong's iconic harbour yesterday in front of delighted crowds.
The creator Dutch artist Florentine Hofman said that with Victoria Harbour as its bathtub, the 16.5 metre high by 12.2 metre long duck, which takes 30 minutes to inflate, brings people back to their childlike and stress-free state, but also makes them more conscious of each other.
We leave you tonight with this footage that we hope will awaken your inner child.